Hi everyone, my name is Virginia Duan, also known as Mandarin Mama, and today is another 5-minute writing tip. And the last 2 weeks we've done who, as in who is your audience, what, as in what do you want your audience to walk away with, and so today now we are at where, who, what, where, right? And we will be doing when, why, when, how after this one, all right? So today, where is a little bit, I think where is a little bit more applicable for fiction, but it is still necessary to consider when you're writing on a blog. For instance, where is your audience? And that sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't, okay? Because a lot of things are universal, but some things are situational. So for instance, on my blog, I write a lot about teaching kids Chinese. Now, my audience is geared towards people living in English-speaking countries. Most likely the U.S. because that's where I live. But not any U.S. country, any English-speaking country would fit. And it might also work for non-Chinese speaking countries. All right. So any type of foreign language, but I'm aiming for people in English-speaking countries. Okay, so why does that matter? Because teaching when I'm writing about teaching kids Chinese, if my audience lived in Taiwan or China, I mean, it's send your kid to school, right? Like that would be the answer. So there's certain things that matter about where your audience is, right? It's situational. Sometimes it's a kind of intangible thing, like where in life are they? Hold on a sec. Okay, so where in life are they? Where are they in their journey? So my blog's probably not suitable for, children, because there's a lot of swearing, or teenagers even. Maybe people in their 20s. I was about to call them kids. Oh my God. But, a lot of my stuff isn't probably going to be very interesting to them. People in their 20s, I mean, because I talk about kids, I talk about teaching kids Chinese. So unless if their life overlaps in that way, they may or may not relate to it, right? So where are people in their journey? Where are they in life? So that's something to keep in mind. Where do you want them to go with you? Like it's kind of overlapping with the what, I guess, in this sense. But where do you want them to go with you? Do you want them to go in, or where do you want to go in your blog? Like, do you want to just keep things on the surface? Do you want to dig deep into hard things and feelings? Do you want to keep things informational, very professional, very kind of at a distance a bit? Or do you not mind people going deep with you or seeing like the gross underbelly of your life? Not that you have to have a gross underbelly of your life, and that if you did not, people wouldn't enjoy you, but you get my meaning. Other wares, if you're writing fiction, for instance, or not. Oh, before I get to fiction, let's say you are writing for a corporate blog. Where your audience again matters, right? Are you a local? Are you for local people? So I have friends or associates who they have a hyper local blog. Okay, and so they gather all the information for parents and like activities within a geographical area that matters, right? So that severely focuses the scope of their site, and that is both a freedom and a limitation, right? But everything within their geographical location, they cover, all right? So, I mean, that matters for the where. What else? What was I going to say? Oh, for fiction. What country is it in? Where, or I guess it's also nonfiction. You can see how it applies across genres. Like, where is the story located? Where are they going? Why does that matter? What, is there a journey? And so, let's see what else. I don't write fiction as often. So I don't know how helpful that is to you right now. But the where does matter. Like, where are they going? Where are they from? Where do they come from? Okay, where are they currently? All those things matter to build richness into both your fiction and your nonfiction writing. If you're writing a journalistic piece or if you're reporting a story, where matters, right? Where is the story taking place? Where, I feel like I'm repeating myself. And, you know, I think I've also hit the time limit. But hopefully this is helpful. And I will see you next time. Bye.